Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Normally whenever I review stoves, I take the time to review them pretty well on my own, test them out, make sure things are okay, get an idea of what's going on before I make a video. We're going to do that completely different today. Stay tuned, I'll tell you what we're going to do, what stove we're going to check out, and we're going to do it all together for the first time. Thanks for watching, guys. Now, I recently had a subscriber, well, I shouldn't say recently, probably 6 or 8 months ago, had a subscriber reach out and say, hey, I've got a couple of liquid fuel stoves I'm going to send out to you if you want to review. Just shoot them back to me when you're done. And it's taken a while, but I have gotten around to them. This is the second one I'm doing. I did the BRS stove before. This is the Fire Maple FMS-F5 turbine gasoline stove. It runs off white gas, basically. I think it'll also run off of unleaded gas, diesel, maybe even kerosene, but we're going to use white gas because I like to be as safe as I can. And as I said, normally I review these things, before I even get on camera. I have not opened the box. I have not looked at the stove, and I thought it'd be kind of neat to just look at it from the very beginning, talk about our first impressions, and kind of do a different type of review today. I think it's going to be rather interesting. So I'm going to go outside, going to take a look at this thing. We'll take a look at the stove here in the house. We'll get it outside, try to get it lit, see what happens. I don't know, should be interesting. Let's check out the stove. This is the Fire Maple turbine gasoline stove, as you can see right here. We're going to go ahead and get it out. This is a brand new stove. It has never been lit, as I said. Comes with a little carrying case. We've got two parts here. We've got the fuel bottle, and we've got the stove itself. One kind of cool thing with this stove is that the inside here, it's got two sections, one for the fuel bottle, one for the stove. It's kind of nice. It keeps things a little bit cleaner. That center section also appears to be zippered, and there's something in there. I imagine that's probably some tools that come with it. Let's see. Oh, yep, there you go. Well, that's pretty cool. So as you can see, it's got extra parts. It's got some lubricant, a little wrench, extra O-rings, springs, extra parts, extra nozzles. So that's pretty cool, actually. You see that right there? So nice little field kit to keep things going out in the field. I'll put that back. Nice touch for the money. Okay, here's our stove itself. It'll just pop open. It's a nice little pop open there. Here's our valve assembly. Just checking it out. Fuel looks the bottle looks pretty standard. There you go. As far as dimensions, folded, it's 3.1 by 3.2, and open like this, it's 7 by 3.2. Weight of the stove is 6.3 ounces. Weight of the pump itself, just the pump, is 1.7 ounces, and the bottle is actually very nice, pretty thin, 3.2 ounces. So pretty nice. Power is 12,000 BTUs. That's a pretty strong stove. Made out of stainless steel. The bottle capacity is 500 milliliters. That's how much you're going to be able to put into this. It's made in China. Cost is $49 on AliExpress, which is pretty good price. I mean, you're looking at a stove, which is pretty nice. As you can see, it's brand new. Never been lit, which is kind of cool. Comes with a bottle. So really, and that extra parts kit, $50 is a very reasonable price, I think. First impressions, it does have a preheat tube, as you can see, which is nice. It's pretty lightweight, feels lightweight. The cost is excellent. And these legs, I'm not a big fan of legs like this design of legs. Although one thing I do like about these, some of them you have to push up and down to get them to unlock. These don't, you just close them down. So that's actually kind of nice. I don't generally like this style of legs, like I said. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some fuel into this bottle. I'm going to take you guys through the procedure of lighting this stove, or any other stove like this, should be pretty much the same. And we'll see how things go. I'll show you guys the flame pattern, and then we'll boil some water. Got a little bit of fuel here. Go ahead and open this thing up. And let's put this in here. Got a nice O-ring to it. So it should seal off pretty good. We already got some spillage. I don't know exactly how that happened. Now that I've got gas all over my hands, general procedure is pump this up. A couple of things you can observe, maybe. Let me zoom y'all in, hold on. All right, that's better. One thing you might see, you might not, is that this plunger is plastic. So probably 15, 20 pumps should work. And you need to preheat the stove, okay? So the way to do that is to open this valve and some fuel should come out. Watch for it. A little bit came out, but not much. I'm gonna crank it down, close it again. The other option or possibility, you can hear sorry for the noise, my electric car is doing its thing over here next to us. Oh, it's gonna turn on now. Oh, well, isn't that a pain? Okay, unplugged it. That was rude. The other alternative is that the pickup is not in the right place. So let's try this. Maybe now the pickup will be. I am getting nothing out. There should be plenty of, maybe I just don't have enough gas in there. I don't see anything else that we could be doing wrong. Hold please. Okay, not the best thing in the world, but I had to take this top off and use the needle cleaner. This is going to be a pain. Use the needle cleaner to unclog, I believe, unclog the jet. This thing is brand new. I had to unclog the freaking jet. Okay, let's try this again. First time you turn something on, it should work, shouldn't it? Now let's make sure this is clamped down. What should happen is we should get some fuel popping out here in a second. You want to just let a little bit out. There it comes. All right, we let a little bit out. Now we want to light it and let that preheat. Okay, finally we got some gas. So the deal is that this, and that might not be enough fuel because I really couldn't see in the dark very well. Basically, what you're going to want to do is preheat this valve so that it's hot enough that when you turn on the gas, instead of the gas coming out liquid, which will burn the way it is right now, just yellow and sooty, it will actually, vaporize and become a vapor instead of a liquid, because the liquid does not burn very well. My concern is that it might just continue to kind of leak out a little bit and constantly burn like this, and that's possible too. If you turn on the fuel too quickly before it really preheats, you will get yourself quite the flame ball. So I'm going to let this burn off a couple minutes and I'll be back. I think we can turn it on. Let's see what happens. There's still a lot of liquid gas, folks. It wants to go, but I'm not ready to let it go just yet. I am glad that when I cut it off, it worked and it actually shut it off. Let's see what we can get now. I'm gonna go nice and slow. Trying. Still burning more liquid than I'd like. going to turn it off again, let it settle. Man, it is hot. It's a solid 100 degrees outside. Got up to 104 today. It sounds like it's gas, but it doesn't look like it. Try again here, slowly. It's better. We're going to leave it right there for a second. Try to turn it up a little bit. That's pretty much, it's not a flame pattern like I would expect, but it is not burning any liquid right now. That's all the way open. That's what it looks like. I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to get a couple cups of water. We're going to do a boil test. Okay, we should be able to get this going here. It's going to be super loud. Let's see what we can do. We're going to boil 2 cups of water. Not very impressed with this stove. I will say that it has settled down pretty nicely, so I'm pleased with that. The gas is pretty much turned all the way up, so it's good. I will say that the claims of the BTU of this do not go along with what we're seeing. It should be much farther along than it is. Put a little bit of pressure into it. Shouldn't really have to, and I'm not hearing any change, so it's running pretty much as it's going to go. So maybe it changed there a little bit. So maybe we got it to go a little bit stronger, but still pretty slow for me. I tell y'all, this is unbelievably slow. Just amazing. I guess you pay for what you get, but this is crazy slow. We're finally going to get to a boil here. Maybe. 7:39. Now I'm going to go ahead and crank this down, turn it off, and let's see. I'm going to take this off. How long does it take for this to shut off? Probably take a little bit. So 7 minutes 38 seconds. That is slow. It's slow. Flip the bottle. Should theoretically turn it off, but it's still going to go like this for a while. Okay, I'm tired of waiting. You can see that even with it, it's going to take a little while for it to completely turn off. There it goes. Oh, there it is. It's off now. So a very long boil time, 7 minutes 38 seconds. Let me emphasize to y'all that it is 101 degrees, so it's certainly not cold, difficult temperatures for this stove. So anyway, that's what we got. Let's go inside, get all this sweat off, and talk about what we think about this stove. Okay, I'm back. It's let myself cool off. It's hot out there. It is hot out there. So what do you guys think? I'm just going to talk to you guys about what I experienced, what I thought, my initial thoughts on this stove. You saw that we struggled. I think you saw why maybe it's $50. So yeah, the cost is excellent. It's $50, but you kind of feel it. The pump plunger is plastic. I don't think that's going to last very long. If you store this someplace, you know, that's not climate controlled, that plastic's going to get brittle. I bet you after 2 or 3 years, that thing's just going to snap off. It's just going to snap off. And I mean, the jet was clogged from the factory, right? I mean, I looked at the stove. It is clear it had not been burnt before. It had not been lit. I could not get the fuel to come out. The minute that I, put the cleaning needle, now it's got a nice kit with it. We'll talk about that. Put the cleaning needle in, it opened up. Obviously it's routine maintenance, but why before you even burn it? Liquid fuel stoves are not subtle. They are loud. They stink. they're dirty, they're smelly. This one definitely fits all the bills. It's all that. And it may be hard to explain unless you've just dealt with a lot of stoves. If you have, you'll get this stove and you'll just feel right away that it doesn't feel very quality. You know, you hold this stove and maybe a Primus stove or an MSR stove, those stoves just feel better. Even the bottle, now it's nice that the bottle is really lightweight, but it's super thin. Like I said, it's a plastic plunger. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna last very long. Even just screwing the thing on, the threads on such a thin aluminum piece of metal is just not going to last very long. I like the flame pattern, but the power is just not there. I mean, it's unbelievable how long it took to get something to a boil. To be honest with y'all, I went back, I did a second boil test. I just couldn't believe that it took so long to get 2 cups of water to a boil, but it did. I kept pumping it, I kept trying to get more. I went back, I cleaned the nozzle out even better. I said, well, maybe it's just not fully opened up. It is. I took the nozzle completely off. Sprayed card cleaner in there, put it back on, and I still got the same results. It's just a slow, not very powerful stove. I did not find it particularly easy to light, as you guys could see. Now, I always give liquid fuel stoves a break because every one of them, no matter what it is, they all take a little getting used to. And once you get used to them, usually you can start them up pretty easily. But this one really, really made me feel like it was a $50 stove. It's lightweight, like I said, but the lightweight nature may scream of poor quality, and I think in this case, that's what it is. I don't like the leg design. I do like the fact that they just pop open. Like I said, sometimes you have to like mess with them, push them in or out, and then they'll pop open. These just fling open, which is nice, but something about this kind of, I wouldn't call it butterfly design. I don't know, this little tripod design, I don't like it. Overall, I have a hard time recommending this stove for you guys. I mean, if you're looking for a cheap liquid fuel stove and you're willing to deal with a lot of pain in the rear, then go for it. I mean, I think it's fine. Otherwise, I think get on eBay, buy a used Primus stove, buy a used MSR stove. Even if you spend twice the money on a used stove like a Whisper Light, it's much easier to maintain. In my experience, well, I mean, they don't come clogged out of the box. And yeah, I think it's just worth the money if you go ahead and pick up something a little bit better quality. Now, I'll continue to use it over the coming months just for fun. I probably won't use it a lot, but if it gets better, I'll let y'all know. I don't expect it to get better because, like I said, I really tore it down, brought it inside because it's so hot, tore it down and opened everything up, and it just doesn't work good. So what do you guys think? Do any of y'all have this stove? Am I wrong? Does y'all's work better? Do I have a dud? Was I just sent a dud? I don't think so. I think it's just not a very powerful or good stove. I don't think it's very good quality, and I think you see that in the end. It looks like a regular liquid fuel stove, but it does not perform like one. I have a playlist with plenty of good options if you're looking for a stove that works. I have quite a few liquid fuel stoves on there. Old, kind of, antique stoves all the way up to more modern stoves. Check it out. If you're not subscribed, do me a favor, guys. Hit the subscription button because it really helps my channel if you hit the subscription button. I know a lot of you are not subscribed, so go ahead and hit that subscription button. If you want to hit the thumbs up, if you want to hit the notification bell, that would be great as well. But it would really help if you guys would hit the subscription button. Helps my channel grow quite a bit. Hope you like this. I want to thank the subscriber who sent it to me. He didn't want to be mentioned by name, so you know who you are. So thanks, man. Appreciate it. I think it's great to look at these budget stoves. A lot of budget stoves work great. No problems. This budget stove, I don't think it worked very good. I really can't recommend it for you guys, but we took a good look at it. Is what it is. As always, guys, appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.